Hello and welcome to our number talk. Today we are looking at the expression 87 minus 48. What we do in a number talk is we use mental math. That means no paper, no pencil, to try to solve an expression, and then we explore all the different ways we could have used to figure it out. So before we go any further, let's do that. Pause the video, work out 87 minus 48 in your head, and then when you have your solution, unpause the video, and we will look at our strategies together. So the first thing that we could have done is we could use the strategy adding up. And what this does is this takes our second number, and this second number actually has a name, subtrahend, and we start with that. And we try to add up, and we want to get up to our bigger number, 87, which also has a name, the minuend. So what we do is we add in chunks. And we go 48, and let's get to the next 10, and that's going to be 50. So that's a plus 2. Then we take one big jump. We want to get to the next closest 10 to 87 without going over. So that's going to be 80. Because if we go to 90, obviously that's going to be too much. So that's a big jump of 50 to 80, 60, 70, 80. That's a plus 30. So we have to kind of keep that in mind. Then we have one little jump left, and that's a plus 7. So if we add up these jumps, we have a 2 and a 30, that's 32. Add 7, that's going to be 39. And hopefully that is the answer that you had when you were subtracting 87 minus 48 in your head. Difference of 39. We could also use a strategy called compensation. And what we do with compensation is we take our subtrahend and we change it up to the next closest 10. So that's what we've already done. We already added a plus 2 to get up to 50. And then what we do is we subtract this. And look how much easier this is to subtract 87 minus 50. There's no regrouping necessary. I'm really just subtracting the tens place. So that's going to be 37. Then we have to realize that we changed our subtrahend. We actually made it go 2 more than it needed to be, which means I subtracted 2 more than I needed to be. So in order to make it balanced, we have to give those 2 back. So we have to add 2 again to our difference, and that gets us back to our difference of 39. So you subtract 2 more than you need to, make sure you give those back at the end. Counting back actually is very similar to adding up, but as you probably suspected, we're going to start here with our minuend, and we are going to go backwards, and we're going to try to get down to our subtrahend. And so let's start with a jump of minus 7. That's going to get us to 80. Instead of a big jump, let's do little jumps. Let's just do jumps of 10 here. And so minus 10 is going to get us 70. Another minus 10 is going to get us 60. Another minus 10 is going to get us 50. And that's all the minus 10s we could do. If we did another minus 10, we would get down to 40, and that's too small, so now we need a little tiny jump. 48, and that is going to get us a minus 2. So what we do is we look and we say, well, 7 and 10 is 17, 27, 37, add that 2, still back to our difference of 39. Finally, we could use a strategy called constant difference. So what we do here, it's kind of like what we do with compensation. Look to see what you need to do to make your subtrahend easier. So we're going to do a plus 2 again, just like we did with compensation. But here's the difference. We are going to take that same plus 2. Since plus 2 worked for our subtrahend, let's add that to our minuend. And what we do here is we have a brand new problem. We have an 89 minus 50. But it's a balanced expression because what I did is I added 2 to both the minuend and the subtrahend, which means the distance apart between 87 and 48 is the same distance apart. It's a constant difference between 89 and 50. But look how much easier that is to subtract. All I need to do is look at the tens place. 8 minus 5 is 3. The ones place is just right there. Same answer, 39. So these are all the different ways I can think of to subtract 87 minus 48. If you can come up with another way, that is fantastic. Go ahead and add that as a comment to the video. Teachers, if you would like a copy of the slide deck for your own use in the classroom, you can find it on my website at 5minutemath.net.